In 2010, Wilco became your team manager, and in that year you won your first MotoGP title. And what was Wilco's influence on that performance?
Yeah, we decided to change our team manager, so we take Wilco. Since the first time I met him, I saw him very logical person speaking, and also everyone knows that he was an ex-rider, so for sure this give him a lot of experience to transmit to me in some occasions that I feel some doubts or something, and also the difference between an ex-rider and Wilco, a normal rider and Wilco, is that Wilco knows very well how to explain the things. He's a natural speaker, so he understands how to speak, how to explain me the best way, the things that he see on the track.
Okay. How do you feel about that, Wilco?
Yeah, I think we get along quite easily and quite fast, because also we had this mutual feeling that how to ride a bike, and I think to start off a season like 2010, it's very difficult to feel different, because it was actually maybe his easiest world title so far, because he won 9 races. And we had a big lead, and everything went very smooth. So it was a very good start off, and of course also for me a nice moment to enter his story, because he already had a big story, and of course he was already very talented. But after 2 years on that MotoGP bike, it was time to become world champion, and he did that great.
You are a Spanish guy with a real Spanish temper, and Wilco is a cool Dutchman. He's very down to earth.
It's not so cool.
No?
It is also a little bit warm sometimes.
Well, tell me about
it
that.
Depends.
Okay. You don't think so?
No, normally the Germans or the Dutch are quite cold and quite serious, but Wilco is very funny and he smiles a lot. He makes a lot of jokes, so I don't see him like a normal Dutch.
Okay. Well, that's also a question I want to ask, because we know Wilco and we know he's a man with a lot of humor. So is it also fun working with him?
Yeah, for sure. The thing that I like most from Wilco is that he's always very happy, and this happiness he transmits very well to all the team, and all the team can be a little bit more happy when we see his face. So. Also, we make a lot of jokes, and when we get a win, we are joking every time, all the time. No? So this for sure is very positive for the ambience on the team.
Sounds good. Okay. And your father, he educates young bike riders at Mallorca. And can you tell me something more about that?
Yeah, my dad was the one who entered me in this world, because he was an ex-rider, but just amateur, was not professional. So when I was 3 years old, in this period he was a mechanic. So in his free time he bought me a motorbike, with his handmade motorbike, very little. So I started with 3 years old, okay. And then he started training me in his work, because he works in Aqualand. He has a go-kart renting, so I train with the cars and with the mini bikes. So I started to grow up as a little kid and also as a rider.
Okay. How important were his lessons on your career?
For me, my dad is a very good teacher, as a motorcycle teacher. Probably is the only one in the world that have a method for teach the little kids to grow up as a rider. No, nobody else know for me that have this method, and because the motorcycle world is not the same as soccer or tennis, that the young kids are playing and practicing exercises every day. In motorcycle world, everyone practice without any method, and I've been very lucky to have my dad as a teacher.
Okay. Wilco, a question for you. You organized the Speed Week in Spain for 17 years already. And can you tell me more about that week?
Yeah, as Jorge said, it's very important to educate riders and in any kind of level. And of course, I also have been quite lucky because my dad was also very enthusiastic about motorbikes. So also from 4-year-old, I was 1 year older than Jorge. I was on a motorbike. Okay, my dad didn't have the skills to teach me, but he made sure I had a bike under my ass and could ride bikes. From 4th till 16 I did motocross. So I know how important it is to ride bikes, but also I know how important it is to have somebody around you who's positive and can teach you what to do and what not to do. Because as we all know, you can hurt yourself quite hard with those bikes. And at a certain point in my career I thought, okay, what do I want to do if I stop racing? And I thought, well, I'm good in riding bikes, so one of the things was I want to teach others how to, jump up their level and teach them how to ride bike.
Until now, the Speed Week has not delivered world champions, but it did deliver multiple Dutch champions. At this moment, one of your students is performing very well in the World Championship Supersport. And what can you say about the influence of the Speed Week on his performance?
Well, I don't totally agree with you, because in my eyes the Speed Week did give us 3 world champions, and actually 2. And in 2009 Carl Crutchlow became world champion in Supersport, and I have 2 titles with Jorge. So also the Speed Week in those years, that even they didn't went to my school those years.
Okay.
But I believe that in the years I was teaching others, that I learned the way how to anticipate and tell them what I see and what I see on the track. So to get them better and to avoid crashing, or to give them some tips on lines or making different choices on gears. So I think the Speed Week did help that. And okay, no, not finally on I have to follow him around the racetrack to say, hey, left, right, or whatever, but because I'm not able to do. But on the other side, I learned a lot doing those things.
Okay. How many more MotoGP seasons are you going to race?
It's a difficult question. For the moment, I normally want to live day by day or week by week. In professional side, year by year or maximum 2 years far, no? If the injuries are not so much, and I am good physically and mentally, I keep being strong and with motivation to work very hard, I would like to spend 4, 5 or 6 seasons more. But I cannot say to you, I'm sure I'm gonna stay so many seasons.
Okay, but have you some plans after that? Maybe starting a race school with Wilco or something like that?
It would be very nice.
Yeah?
To practice some year with him as a teacher, because I will not have the same experience as him. It would be nice, but I don't know what can the future
bring
me.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so if I go to Almeria in November, is it possible that you can give me some instructions on the motorbike?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah?
For sure.
For sure. Okay, well.
I can make you a lap in the back of my bike firstly, and then you can try yourself.
Okay. Well.
You in the front and me with another bike on the rear, looking at you.
Sounds great.
Very nice views. Very nice views.
Okay, we have an appointment.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
we will do.